Hi everybody, Grace here, and today I'm joined by my lovely client from London, Neeta O Keeffe. Hi Neeta.
Hi, Grace.
Good to see you. Neeta was a client who came on retreat here in Italy at the beginning of the year. So I really wanted to have Neeta come on and share her experience. So Neeta, today you're in a different place to where you were when you came to Italy back in January. And I just wondered if you'd share your experience of just, first of all, why did you engage in coming on retreat as a form of coaching, and what was your experience through that?
Yeah, so, well, I came on retreat with you because I was feeling quite lost at the time. I remember it was late last year when I saw you advertising the retreat itself. And I, at the time, I just thought, would it be great to hang out with Grace and work with Grace, and to do it in Italy as well. that was a big, that was, one of the big reasons why, actually, for me. It was to get away. But yeah, as I said, I was feeling really lost. I was feeling quite directionless. Had a number of questions going through my mind continuously and didn't really have a resolution to them. And so when I read about the retreat, I just thought, yeah, that sounds perfect. It sounds ideal for me. A chance to get away for 3 days and work with Grace and do it somewhere as lovely as Italy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did have a good time. So what, Neeta, what did you notice changed for you as a result of that decision?
Yeah, a lot, actually. I mean, I remember when I think about those 3 days, I remember sitting with you, in various spots in the hotel, in cafes and restaurants, and just talking about what I really felt stuck with at the time. And if I could just sort of say what one thing that was great about it was that I knew I could go away, have time to myself, but that I was going to come back with you that same day or the next morning, and I was
Yeah.
able to revisit. So sometimes I'd be sitting there with you, and it felt like I had real clarity around my questions and my situation. And then I'd go away, and maybe I'd come back and link back again and sort of feel a little stuck. And so it was great to be able to have those 3 days to kind of come back to it over and over again in some ways. And I think really what changed as a result of it was that over time, I just sort of felt like I had that space in my mind to really see what else was possible. And I think before that, I'd really been stuck in that loop of kind of habitual thinking. And what was really lovely was just being able to sort of look beyond thoughts, beyond that level of thinking and concepts and critical thinking and judgment, all of that, and just kind of fall back into me and the real me and my true nature. And I had so many experiences of that on retreat that just stayed with me. So after I left, even when I'd fall back in to my habitual thinking, my old way of being, it wasn't like it went away, but I really had that sense and that familiarity with, yeah, but this is what my well-being's really like, and I also knew, as much as I'd love to give credit to Italy, I also knew it wasn't really down to Italy,
Yeah.
but it was it was those lovely conversations that we had that we were continually going back to my well-being, what's right, what's working, and really seeing kind of the illusion of those thoughts that just had been getting in the way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of grown from there for me. It's been great. It's been real freedom of mind, clarity, and again, and the biggest thing is that even when I come back up against my usual stuff, when I start to doubt myself, I get all that insecure thinking, I just know that there's something beneath all of that that's greater than, that's greater than all of that insecure thought.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
What about in terms of your business direction, Neeta? What did you notice was different about you after the retreat?
So the one of the big things, I mean, I won't, so I'll just focus on there were a number of things that I talked to you about, but with regards to the business, the one thing that kept coming up for me was, it was almost like I was looking for permission to just be myself, just to do what I wanted to do. And, but I wasn't. I kept kind of holding back. I kept sort of worrying about what people were thinking about what I was doing and how I was doing it. And, when I look back now, I kind of see it as quite sweet and comical, really, but at the time it felt very, very real and quite true. That's what's changed is, there's no more permission seeking. I'm just not as interested. I'm really enjoying building my business the way I want to. I'm enjoying the direction I'm taking, and I'm really not worried. I genuinely do not worry most of the time about what it comes up. It does, but it's almost like I see through it, and I move through it. I don't just stay stuck or behind that thought and wondering, well, what do I do next? How am I going to do this? And that's been lovely, and the interesting thing is, of course, that I don't seek permission and I don't worry about what people think in other areas of my life. But this was one part in my life that it felt very, very real to me.
Yeah. Well, we all have those areas. it lost its grip.
Yeah, and that's where it still does creep up again. But nowhere near. I don't stop myself.
Good.
Keep going.
Because one of the things I've noticed in you, Neeta, is a much higher level of engagement. Engagement with your direction, with your creativity, with your marketing, with your whole being more engaged. And so it's very good to hear that, where this is coming from, because it seems to me that there's nothing there anymore to stop you. There's not there's just nothing there gripping you when you're in that feeling of freedom and not worrying about what others will think. So I think that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And just for those that, think that it might have been really easy for you to just, put your money down and fly over to Italy and take off from your family for 3 days. Like, what was, because I think sometimes people have the idea that this retreating is for people that can afford it and that it's easy for them to do because they don't have responsibilities elsewhere. So can you remember 1 or 2 challenges that you had to navigate in order to bring this to life for yourself?
Well, I do remember just trying to pick out dates with you. you know, I've got two kids. One had gone off to university, but the, you know, the younger one, I couldn't just, you know, you had certain dates available, and I was like, yeah, I can't just do that. You know, I need to sort out. Even though he's not very little, he was 13 at the time, but I didn't really want him coming home to an empty house, and you know, husband was back, and so I did had to organise that, and also, you know, it is an investment in me and in my, you know, for me personally, and but for my work, but it's an investment that, you know, has to make sense, and it has to feel worthwhile, and I knew that actually the feeling was so strong when I read the details of your retreat. It just felt like the right thing to do. And even though there were challenges in terms of how am I going to do this with sorting out the dates and who's going to be there with my son, and you know, and making sure it was over a weekend and all of that. But yeah, it works out. I guess when you know that it is right and it's something that's going to be beneficial, I guess you figure it out, you know, and I did. And in the end, I ended up coming, I think I'd wanted to visit in November, December. And you know, we ended up doing it sort of, was it mid-January?
January, yeah.
And which felt like an awfully long time. I was like, oh God, I've got to wait till January. But it was perfect. It worked out brilliantly. So
you started the year right.
Yeah, I did. I did. And yeah, you know, no, it certainly wasn't a case of, oh, this sounds really great. Yes, I'll just transfer the money and off I go.
Nothing quite as simple as that. So for those of you listening that are thinking that retreats are just for someone else, you know, Neeta here did have to navigate dates, children, investment, the whole lot. And I think we all have to do that, you know, but I love what you said. When you know it's right, when your wisdom is calling you to it and you honor that, then it finds a way. So just to finish, Neeta, you know, you recently booked another retreat, which is awesome. So you're coming back and you're probably put towards the end of the year. So would you share with our listeners, you know, what's prompted you to come back? Why is that important to you?
Well, I think I said to you when I left in January that I'm going to be coming back.
Yeah.
that was already a given. I think I saw, for me, it just felt really, really important to spend that time and just, again, give myself that space, and but not just space and working on my own. I think that's the thing, is I have a tendency to, especially if I'm feeling a bit lost and confused or whatever, I'm just trying to work through something, I can have a tendency to just go quiet and withdraw and try and work it out on my own. I don't always ask for help. And what I saw was that those 3 days was a really lovely mix of time with you, time to myself, but then I could come back and sit with you, and we could go over anything that I wanted to go over. And at the time, if I can just say, we, you know, I was looking at working with women in a particular area, which has completely changed. So now I'm working with women in midlife and help them find meaning in midlife. That wasn't even there back then, but that was part of the process of sort of figuring out, is, you know, is what I think I want to do, is this really right? Do I feel I should be doing this, or do I really want to do it? And so that's why right now I don't feel as lost or confused or, you know, or in any kind of pain or anything, but I would love to still have that time to myself, the 3 days, and be able to work on this next phase, with you. So
Yeah.
yeah, to me it's kind of a no-brainer, really, you know. But that's what I do. So
Yeah.
I guess my point is you don't always have to be, you don't have to feel like you're in pain and you're in some real discomfort to go on a retreat like this, you know.
Yeah.
Even when things are going well or they're unfolding. And as I said to you, I think, you know, another time, I think I just sort of want to leverage the momentum right now and see how that goes. So.
And it's beautiful you've created that momentum. You know, that is, to me, that is a result of giving that time and space to quieten down and to go within, to just really focus there. And I love what you said, Neeta, because yes, for those of you that are listening, it's, you don't have to have a problem to receive coaching. In fact, I say to my clients, once we're done putting out the fires, problem solving and dealing with all of those insecurities and all those issues that arise, that's when the coaching gets even juicier, because you're no longer focused on putting out the fire. Now you're focused, as you're hearing from Neeta, on a deeper direction, a deeper sense of potential, actually, on what's emerging next. So I'm very pleased that you're coming back in a different space and in a quieter state of mind, without the without that insecurity that was running the show. I think each of us come with a particular insecurity, and I love that that's lost its grip, Neeta, and that you're more engaged and more, that you're in momentum now, is what I'm hearing is beautiful. So for those of you that would love to consider attending a retreat of your own, please do get in touch with me on grace@citygirlconfidence.com, and we will set up a call to explore, you know, is it the right option? Is it what you're needing right now? And what exactly you'd like to focus on. And for those of you that would be keen to follow Neeta's journey and find out more about her, we're delighted to announce that she's very soon launching a wonderful free gift on her new website, neetaokeeffe.com. Neeta specializes, as she said earlier, in helping women find meaning in midlife. So if that's you, you're going to absolutely love the free gift that Neeta's launching in the next couple of weeks, actually. The website's live for now, is that right, Neeta?
It is, yeah, but yeah, it just needs a bit of updating now to reflect the direction. So yeah.
Well, we'll let people know about the freebie as well in due course, because I'm excited for that to be revealed to the world. It's an absolutely important message. And it's been lovely to have you here sharing your experience today, Neeta. Just to finish, this is one question I ask everybody. Top 3 things that you really enjoyed or really remember about retreating in Puglia.
Oh gosh, just 3. Okay. As I said, I think the first one is just giving myself that gift of that space and time to just focus on me and my business, and work with you, you know, alongside you. Number 2 is yeah, I have to say I love the coaching over the aperitivos and
aperitivo coaching.
And the delicious food. Yeah, I love that. And number 3 was just also the reflecting kind of, you know, in real time while exploring a beautiful part of the world, you know, exploring with you and meeting other people there. And it was just, you know, it wasn't all about business. And equally, it wasn't just leisure. It was such a lovely mix that, yeah, it was perfect. So, yeah.
Thank you, Neeta. Okay, thanks a lot. Lovely to have your sharing today, and we'll speak to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.